10 protests underway in downtown Portland leave damage behind. This is the scene at the Oregon Historical Society after a group of rioters came through. All this happening within the last hour. Welcome to KOIN 6 News at 10. I'm Wayne Haverly. Portland police declared a riot 20 minutes ago. Now, just before that, down the street, the same group pulled down and defaced a statue of President Teddy Roosevelt. This will round out a very active weekend of protests across Portland after a march last night led to dozens of arrests. Our Jennifer Dowling joins us from downtown right now with an update on what's happening. It's been pretty crazy in the last hour or so, and also an update on what happened last night with all those arrests. Jennifer?
That's right, Wayne. We had quite a weekend for protests. So all of this happening tonight started at around 8:30. And as you can see behind me, here's the Lincoln statue here in the Park Blocks area. It has been toppled. We believe that there was a use of a series of chains and pulleys in order to bring the statue down. And as you mentioned, this is not the only statue that was toppled tonight in this area. Just a block away, the Teddy Roosevelt statue, the image of him riding on a horse, was also brought down in a similar fashion. There are still some chains left on that statue. And then the Oregon Historical Society was also broken into. The glass is shattered at that building there. We saw a security guard monitoring things. We don't think that people got in, but there was a lot of damage there, a lot of vandalism. All of the glass surrounding the entrance has been broken on two sides, and also there were paintballs thrown at some of the murals there. So this is what is happening tonight. It looks like the groups have been broken up by police for now, although we've still seen some clusters of very small groups moving around through downtown just about 20 minutes ago. Last night, a different situation. Protesters said that they were targeted for simply protesting in the street while doing nothing else. Meantime, last night, officers made a lot of arrests. They said they were arresting people after folks started blocking traffic. So a completely different situation. Take a listen.
Get back! Get out of the street, every one of you!
This is a look at what happened after protesters marched from Alberta Park to the North Precinct. Protesters say police moved in to clear everyone out within minutes of arrival without declaring an unlawful assembly. Meantime, police say targeted arrests were made, adding that virtually all of the protesters wore armor, helmets, masks, and/or carried shields. We talked to a citizen journalist by phone about what he witnessed.
The protesters linked up, so they linked arms and held onto each other, kind of like in a ball. And so the police just pretty much rushed them from three sides and did a lot of pepper spraying and tugging until they were able to separate everybody. It seemed like every person that was arrested was taken to the ground, and many were pepper sprayed first.
John says the situation reminds him of another recent clash during which a protester was injured during an encounter with a motorcycle officer.
Pretty much drove right into one of the protesters as she was kind of shuffling back. And then as he hit her, she was kind of like running backwards in a sense as she was getting hit by the motorcycle, and then grabbed onto the front of the motorcycle and then was dragged.
PPB issued a statement saying that officers have attempted to de-escalate in the past by staying far back and not intervening when streets were blocked, adding that the strategy hasn't been successful in preventing violence. John feels this may mean protesters might not get as many warnings before police make a move in the future.
But they'll usually wait for one person to tag a building or throw a water bottle or something that they can use to justify a reason. So last night there was nothing.
All right, and last night, police say 26 people were arrested, many on charges of interfering with a police officer or disorderly conduct. And 40-year-old Eric Gallup of Portland also faced a charge for carrying a concealed weapon, and 35-year-old Jonathan Bordas attempted escape. Now, police say in an online statement that people were given multiple warnings that they needed to clear out of the streets before they moved in. Of course, that was yesterday, so people were taken into custody and arrested after just being in the streets yesterday. Tonight, a whole different situation. Every protest is different. Every protest night is different. I've been covering this for a while. So tonight, we're seeing a lot of destruction. As you can tell, all the statues are down here in the park blocks, and the Historical Society is a mess right now. The glass is broken there. We'll bring you another update coming up tonight on KOIN 6 News at 11 o'clock. Wayne, back to you in the studio.